Everybody. We are back again for round 2 of some whitetail scouting on some public land here in Central Florida. We're back out at a different WMA today because, as I've learned, I didn't show it in the last video either, but I ended up seeing probably 40 or 50 trucks last time at the last WMA that I was on, and they were all running deer with dogs. And don't get me wrong, I respect however you want to hunt. I have all the respect in the world for whatever means of take that anybody wants to use, whatever their methods. It doesn't matter to me. But it's just not the kind of low or lower pressure areas that I'm after. So I did put those 3 cameras out. One of them, I'll try to put some pictures up on the screen. But one of them has 0 pictures of any deer, any hog, just people and dogs. And then the other ones, I've got a few doe pictures, most of them are at night. And then I think 1 picture of a spike. And then at a different spot, another picture of just a little guy. He might be 9-10 inches wide, like just the start of a little basket rack. His tines, you can't even see them, but it's just really not what I'm looking for. I think the fact that all those hunters and dogs are in there is really kind of messing up that spot, right, or that whole area right now, just for this time of year, because they can run dogs the entire general gun season. So we're just going to try something else today. We targeted the funnels, pinch points, and kind of bedding areas last time. This time there's not really as many funnels as the last place had, but there's a lot less roads here, which is good. But today we're going to kind of change it up a little bit. We're going to kind of try and stay on that realm, but we're going to try and look for choke points and transition edges today. That's what we're going to be targeting. So let's get after it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have 4 trail cameras to put up today. I ended up going back up to Wisconsin, where all my family's at and where I'm from, for the holidays. And we actually drove this time. So I brought all of my hunting gear. I'm sure you can tell this is different. This is way better than that long sleeve that I had last time. And we got some new climbing sticks, and I got the start of my saddle set up. I'll make a whole different video on that. But our main goal today is to concentrate on these areas that we're looking for, that I have e-scouted, and then get these cameras out. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, there's only a couple weeks left of general gun. Hopefully we get a chance to actually come back out here and actually target something. We are not even to our first spot yet, not even close. Just walking the edge of this swamp, and look what we're finding already. This little guy tore up, and then again, this is just transition edges. And see if the camera can pick it up. There's another one right there on that tree. We're gonna take a look at that one too. Yeah, that's another nice rub. I like the size of these rubs compared to the last WMA that we were on so far. I might take a little detour and just kind of walk around in here and check this area out a little bit. Ooh, we got some weather blowing in. This looks like it was an old kind of hog wallow here, and it looks like they kind of tore this up. It's actually really dry in here, but looking closely, there's some hog tracks right there, but there's some deer tracks mixed in here, so they're definitely coming in here still. But I really like the look of this little area in here. It's actually really open, which is nice, and there's like a hard edge that you can see kind of all the way around this little pocket. So we're gonna keep looking around, but I do like the look of this area in here. We got another rub. This one looks a little older, but this is definitely a kind of communal sign area, because I'm gonna walk up to this. There's another one right there. This is the first time I kind of found a pocket of sign like this. I didn't find this at all at the last area, but this area is starting to look really good. Oh, look at this too. Well, here's this little rub that I just caught at a glance in the distance. I get over here, and that is an active hog wallow there. They are definitely laying in that, going in there. That's why that area over here that's dried up looks so tore up, because they're probably spending a lot of time coming in here. No water in that. That is just straight mud. Probably like quicksand. But the sign in here, the deer sign, is kind of crazy for what I've seen so far after scouting here. So I'm gonna spend a good amount of time in here, because I really, really like this area so far. I mean, everybody else probably knows this. Here's that hog wall over here. If you look at the bottom, like 1.5 to 2 feet of all of these trees, even this one with no deer sign on it, and then you look over there at all of those trees too, they're all kind of caked with what looks like mud on the bottom, especially over here. So you can see a lot of it's on the ground too. I think the hogs are even using this as just kind of rubbing up on them, just kind of cleaning themselves off or scratching themselves, getting some of the mud off of them. Look at that little guy. I think that's what they're kind of doing in here. I was wondering why these trees in here looked like they were kind of submerged in water, but they're not. And that makes total sense, because even if you look at that, like, you can distinctly see the normal texture of the bark, normal texture, and then it's really smoothed out there. So I think they're rubbing up on it. Well, yeah, this spot is literally just a hot zone of sign. I mean, it might not be fresh, because some of these are older rubs, but some of these are relatively new. But just the concentration of sign in here is amazing. Here's an old scrape. This branch right here is about chest high. And I mean, it's not that old, because these are dropping like crazy. I've been hitting the head with a couple already because it got a little windy. But this spot is looking really good. It started raining here now, but look at that. Another little scrape. Broke that branch off. Another rub. Shredded that little one. Oh my gosh, look at that. And another rub. Not a whole lot to it, but hey, a rub's a rub right now. We're just tallying them up at this point. Alright, well, this is definitely the best spot. We got that rub right there. We got this rub right here. We got all of this where all the hogs are at. There's a rub right over there. There's a rub right over there. There's a couple rubs out here. But then the main trail in here comes in like this, walks out here. One branch goes that way, and the other one goes from here and then cuts through right there and goes that way. So if I put it here on this tree, I mean, I don't have a lot of foliage to kind of hide it a little bit, so I'm gonna have to run that risk, but I'm locking it on anyway. But we got a really, really nice view of this whole area out here. So this is definitely the spot. I'm going to get my first stick up and get this first camera ready to go. Cool. This rain is not letting up, but gotta do what I gotta do. This is the day that I picked, and we're gonna get them out. Well, I got the first one set up. I really hate how much it stands out, but I guess I'm just gonna kind of count on the honor of the other hunters out here, that if they do come in here and they even look this direction, they're gonna see it. And I mean, hopefully it's high enough. And I mean, I locked it on. I got my Python lock. I love this spot. Again, we got the rubs right back there, rub right here, and then we're right in front of this, crisscross rub everywhere. So this is a perfect spot to kind of try and get inventory. I didn't want to set it up on the rubs because I kind of did that a little bit at the last spot, and it really hasn't worked because I don't really know. I mean, obviously they're not really hitting rubs right now, so I kind of wanted to just set it up on a congregation of 2 paths, and that's what we have right here going that way, and then right here going this way. So we'll see how this spot pans out. Oh my gosh, I'm literally walking out of this spot to try and find a new one, and I'm getting on the edge where it's meeting the different terrain over here, and we got another scrape. Oh my gosh, this place is crazy. I have 2 cameras I want to put here, and I wanted to try another spot too, but I almost want to put 2 in here because that first camera is right out in the middle, kind of over there, and there's another kind of ring of sign where these rubs are too, on the edge. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've got it all marked, so I'm gonna go look at another spot and see if we find anything worth putting the camera over. But if not, I mean, honestly, I might put 2 cameras right here. I'm walking through this kind of a pine flat. It's not that big of a one, but I got a bed. Just walked up right on an old bed. I have a feeling there's quite a few of them in here. Well, apparently the mosquitoes like the rain. I really wish I had better signal out here, because I can't even check the weather. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain. I don't know how long it's supposed to rain, but are already soaking wet. But we're working our way to this next spot, and this is pretty intriguing in here. It's like a kind of more of a grassy path that goes through here, but it's not like a logging path by any means. Saw some game trails going along the edge of this, but nothing crazy. But I think we're kind of trying to go another few hundred yards straight that way. So we'll see what we can find when we get up there, but I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled. One thing I really wish I did, which I was going to last night, I just didn't really feel like it. I thought about getting my hunting license and my deer permit because it is gun season. I have my rifle now. I brought it back down, but I didn't really feel like doing it today, just because knowing it was supposed to be windy, which it was when I got here, which is really good for scouting because it conceals your sound a lot more. And now that it's raining, even better. Like, they're not going to hear me unless I'm talking too loud or I walk right up on them. But hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt. Well, I wonder if this is that trail that I was walking on before. I had no idea it went this far back. I bet you it just kind of loops way around back and goes back out towards the truck that way. But I don't even think we're going to hop on this. We're just going to go straight through, trudge through this nasty stuff. That spot was not what I thought it would look like from checking it out on the maps and e-scouting it. So I decided, I was like, that one turned out pretty good. So let's go back to another one that on e-scouting looks like it's going to be just cypress swamp, like a little cypress dome. Again, this one's not. It does not look like the last one. e-scouting, this looked like a cypress dome. Again, I'm very new at e-scouting and everything, but it's pretty easy to tell what a cypress dome looks like. This is not it. You want to talk about concealed little runway in between the bedding over here and the bedding over here, basically all around this little island. We're gonna just keep kind of going this way and keep our eyes peeled and see what we find. But this looks promising. I was right. Look at where we're about to walk up on. Oh, that is not quiet. I saw this one from a long ways away. Look at that rub. Now, that is not new by any means, but that is a really good sign. Let's just keep kind of working in here. This thing is so small. I'm almost at the end of it already. I mean, you can see the end. It's right there. I might just try to go that way through that kind of marshy grass that comes up. But this is a good sign. I kind of figured this would be a really good pass through, and at least sometime in the past they were doing that. I bet you they still are. We worked our way out of that little, I don't even want to call it an island, but island. Yeah, so I thought I heard something. But got an old scrape right here on the edge of this pine flat in here. And then the edge of the island is right over here. There's still sign going back here, so we're gonna keep going. That scrape is right in there. Literally 15, 20 yards. Another rub. And you can even see the shavings on this one. I wonder if I should keep working this edge rather than try and go through it. Let's try this edge first. We're gonna go that way. Man, I am way back in here now. I'm almost to that spot that I wanted to be at. This is the first sign of human sign that I've seen. Kind of shocking. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere right now. Well, we got back to that spot I wanted to, and it's a lot different in here. Very wet. You can actually see, this is what I was trying to get to. There's a river that goes through in here, and I wanted to try and see if anything is using this edge. But I gotta keep my eyes peeled because this is really wet in here. This could be a snake and gator central. Don't want to see any nope ropes today, or big puppy dogs, so we're gonna keep our eyes peeled. But I'm gonna be looking really close at this mud. Oh, we're right back in here. There's a lot of hog sign in here. I haven't really seen any deer sign. However, there was a little, not creek crossing, but a little strip of water with a dry spot going, or a drier spot, just a mud spot like this going across it. And there was some tracks, so a little bit of a crossing there. But now we got our first deer sign back in here. That's promising, but we're gonna keep going, see if we can maybe get off of this, because all of this right here, the river is right through that gap. You probably can't see it, but all of this close to it is all just like muddy and tore up. So I'm gonna get back here, back by this second level, right along kind of the edge in here, and see if that makes a difference for any sign. There we got a little scrape. That rub was right back here, and I'm just kind of trying to work this edge that way. Well, this looks like a whole lot of nothing. It's all the same. I don't see it changing anywhere. I don't see any change in the canopy anywhere either. So I think we're gonna back out of here and maybe go back by, and we'll go back by that island, that little island where that really long old rub was and kind of work that edge, because I didn't actually end up doing that. I ended up just kind of cutting through this to get back here just to check. But I don't really like how this looks, so we're just going to get out of here. Found another rub on the way out of here, but I mean, if you look, this is practically unhuntable too, because the canopy is a little bit too tall. I mean, that's 9-10 feet at the top of that right now, and those are everywhere. That one right there is even taller. So I mean, if I were to get up anywhere in here, I mean, I'm shooting maybe 20 yards. Like, this could be good for bow, but for gun season, this just isn't the spot. But I make sure to have all of this stuff marked in here, so could maybe come back next this coming summer and check it back out to see if it's any different, because I have seen that one scrape and a couple rubs now working this edge, but this just isn't the spot for right now. Here's another nice little scrape. I'm off that now, and I'm just kind of working through this kind of flatten here with these really tall palmettos. I tell you what, you got to be pretty limber to walk through these when they're real thick. I've had to get on my knees now at least 10 times just to get under some stuff. But we got another one. Look at that root ball, pretty gnarly. I just spooked two does. They were standing right there, and they went that way. One looked to be pretty small, and the other one was pretty good size. I never would have had a shot, but those are the first deer that I've seen now while scouting in either place. That was definitely from those two does. Those are fresh droppings. They went that way. I'm not gonna go that way. I wasn't planning on it anyway. I'm trying to go this way towards that island. That island is only not even 100 yards, maybe 80 yards that way. So, promising. I just pooped 2 more deer. Not the same ones. This little island that I walked to earlier, I gotta find a spot to put a camera out here, because that's 4 deer now. Those were both nice does. I'm right along this edge. Actually, did I seriously just walk by that? Well, I just had that owl land on this tree. That was cool. And then I walked right by this. Right along the edge. I gotta get the camera over here somewhere. Wow, look at that. Another rub. This one's all broke all this off. Because this edge is still going that way. That looks like a nice tree to put it on right there, honestly. Because I can point it right back this way, right along this edge. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should put it right here. Because, I mean, there's 1 rub, 2 rub, and I didn't even film it, but there's another one. Probably 15 feet away from that other spot, but the tree's only like this big. So there's 3 just like right here, and then further up that way is where we had that scrape and that other rub. So this is a clear rub line. I kind of want to go this way a little bit yet, just to see, but if not, I think this is going to be the tree that we're going to put this camera on. Yeah, I don't see anything up here. I went probably another 50, 60 yards up, maybe a little bit more, but I don't really see any. The edge kind of just disappears and it starts to blend a lot more up here. So we're we're gonna head right back to where that exact tree was that I showed you guys. And we're gonna put that camera right there. Yeah, we're gonna go right back to that spot. I have my eyes peeled out here, but clearly not well enough because look at it. Another rub. I don't know how new that is, but it's not from last year. So, and again, right on this line, we're going right back over there. All right, we got it set up. Man, it's hard to point. Right up there. It's pointed right down this rub line. I even almost forgot to update you guys. I was on my way walking out after packing up and found another rub in there. And that's when I remembered. I didn't even show you guys that this thing's ready to go. I already got the test pictures and everything, but we're right on this line. I have a feeling this is going to be a really good camera too. I absolutely love where both of the cameras have gone today. Love it. Okay, this is where I was when I remembered that I didn't even show you guys that last camera. Another nice rub right there. Oh, they even got that little one next to it. But there's a trail that goes right through the middle of this. I think this is that trail that I spooked those two does off of before I set the camera up. So this is a really, really good spot. Wow, look at that old ladder stand. I don't know if you heard that, but right when I spoke, I spooked something directly behind this, and it sounds like it only did like 2 jumps. I don't know what to do. I wonder if I can really slowly climb up on this ladder stand and be able to see it. Oh yeah, nobody uses this thing. Can't see anything. Well, we got out of that nastiness. I didn't end up hearing whatever it was that I just spooked when I got by that ladder stand. I thought I only heard it take like 2 bounds, but he must have bounded twice and then just kind of walked away while I stood there and tried to not make any noise. But right in here, we came from this side just now. But the truck is right back that way. But I think the deer are they're moving right now. So instead of going back through this, I think I'm gonna take this road just kind of all the way back, because I think this road ends up wrapping all the way around to the truck. But it is like 4 o'clock right now, and I got a couple hours of daylight left, but I really did want to check one more spot. I mean, I spent, there's some scat right there, deer. I really did want to check one more spot, but it's been way more time in here than I had thought I would. So we're gonna try and get out of here. See if we can get to that one more spot, because I do have 2 cameras. I only put 2 here. I controlled myself, even though I wanted to put 3. I don't need 2 on 2 of those small areas. Any deer in there is eventually gonna hit those spots. So I don't even really know how long this trek is, but we're gonna get after it. See if we can get to this next spot. All right, well, we got back to the truck. I think that is definitely good access, depending on the wind, to go out the way that I went. But I haven't eaten today. I haven't drank anything. It's time to take a little break, but I think I'm going to take this break while driving and fill back up on some electrolytes. I ended up having to get this and another one today because I went to Walmart and bought some of the Element. I've seen these online for a while, really wanted to try them. Well, I opened them. Watch this. What is this? What is this? Sonic Cherry Limeade and True Lemon Strawberry Lemonade. What? I think somebody bought this. Of course I bought it. Bought this. Stuck these random ones in here. Kept the Element. Sealed it back up. Because I don't know if you can see it. But there's a bunch of hot glue, and it looks like there is double-sided tape that they resealed this with. Are you kidding me? So I bought my receipt. Don't need it because it's from Walmart, but I will be going back to Walmart on my way back home today after everything is done. I'm returning them, but I mean, these will do just fine. They don't have as much sodium in them, but I was really sad when I realized that these weren't the right ones in here, because I really wanted to try these. They've got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. So those are a lot better than the electrolyte here, but this is going to hit the spot right now. I've had them in the past. They work really good. Make sure to bring enough electrolytes and water. I got a bunch of waters over here too. I brought some jerky, some granola bars. I did not have time to make a lunch today, so we're gonna make do with what we got and take this little break and head over to our next spot. See if we can even access it. Holy shit. I just got into this second spot. Really hard to get in here. And holy shit, you feel my heartbeat. Wow, okay. I just got into this second spot, and sorry, I'm listening. And I was working my way back there. There's this river right here that runs through it. There's not a nice, easy place to cross anywhere on it. I was walking the edge, and I mean, you can see how thick that is there. I ended up, I was crossing a deadfall, and I heard a big crunch. Anybody that's been out here long enough knows kind of the sound that like a crunch makes of an animal in the woods is kind of easy to pick up after you've heard them long enough. and it sounded really big, so I stopped and stood on top of the deadfall, peered around the tree, and there was a color phase brown black bear standing there, with a big one too. That thing was literally 15-20 yards from me. Oh my gosh, my heart rate. Yep. Whew. I think we're gonna call it for the day. I think I almost shit my pants. Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna get the hell out of here, and we're gonna call it a day. Oh, wish I could have got that on camera, but how fast I got out of there? No chance. Well, I didn't run, but I backed out of there, and I did not want to have this camera up. All my attention was on the bear. That bear had to be, I don't even know how big they get down here, but it had to be like 300-400 pounds. That thing was huge. I've never seen a brown black bear before. No thank you. I was gonna try and rush into this spot. No more. We're leaving. Well, I got 2 cameras out today. I guess I'll call that a success. Holy crap. Well, I guess thanks for watching. I might have to try and come in here a completely different way, because I don't want to mess with that again. And this was really hard walking anyway, but we'll give it another shot and come back a different direction. I know there's one other way to access this. Oh, rub. But not worth that right now, because I could not cross the river anyway, and the only way to go back to where I wanted to was past that bear, and I am not doing that. Especially because I didn't bring my rifle today. So I have no protection other than a knife. So, not messing with that. Well, thanks for watching. I mean, we got 2 cameras out. I absolutely love the spots that they're in. But I wish I could have got the other ones out, but that kind of completely changed gears in my head. I'm getting the heck out of here. Peace, everybody.